Hey, what's up, what's up? So this is going to be the easiest and quickest review that I've ever done, because Venom The Last Dance is basically Venom The Last Dance is basically the first movie, but with a better understanding of where the villains are coming from. So this is a spoiler-free review and possibly one of the shortest reviews that I've ever done, because if you're going into this movie, this is the soniest Sony movie that has ever been released in a very long time. I know Venom Let There Be Carnage was like, classic 2006, 2007 comic book movie. But this one I think is now a blend of every Sony superhero movie that you've ever seen put in one. Now, the best way to describe this movie without spoiling it for everyone, because some sense of enjoyment can come from not knowing what's happening. For me, I went in without watching the second trailer, and I found a lot of joy in what I was able to watch, because it's a movie that does not demand a lot from you. This movie is basically the first movie, but with a better understanding of where these creatures are coming from. There is a backstory into why these creatures are doing what they are doing, a clearer picture about that. They actually made an effort to tell you that these things are coming from place B because they have to serve a particular, now the villain, and they're coming in order to get Tom Hardy's character because of this specific thing. And they actually, is it spoiler? No, it's not spoiler. They made Venom a MacGuffin, or Tom Hardy. They made them a MacGuffin. Every time they transform, it's like they send a beacon of where they are, and so these creatures are able to track them and come for them. And there's a reason that they actually want, they want Venom. And that was pretty interesting. That idea was pretty interesting. The idea of just making them the MacGuffin, Venom the MacGuffin. I thought that was pretty interesting. But now everything else is just the first movie. If you did not enjoy the slugfest of the first movie, maybe you might have a bit of challenge in this. But in this, we get a better, how do I put this? We get like a Power Ranger moment with a few more Venoms, and they kind of take over this particular group of people. So it's less muddy and less chaotic than the first one, but still the structure is lifted from, I felt like it was directly lifted from the first movie, but with a better, a better look at the villain and where they're coming from. So you've been warned. The best thing that I'll tell you, please do not watch any trailers. If you haven't seen any trailers, just go in with a clear mind, and do not expect Avengers Infinity War or Endgame. Just expect a decent Venom movie. Actually, this, out of the three, I think this is the best. I had more fun with this because it felt more structured than the first two. It felt less messy than the first two. There was competence behind the camera, and there was competence in the editing, because as much as you have all the chaos, all the all this other version of Venoms popping up and the fight scenes, it still maintains a sensibility in how it's structured and how it's shot. So yeah, that's basically, as I told you, it's a very short review. This is just the first Venom, but way better, with better creatures. Actually, if you've seen A Quiet Place, sometimes you'll go like, wait, is that what I think, with just a better helmet, or what am I thinking? Because some creatures look like what you've seen in A Quiet Place. So basically that's it. Go into this without learning anything, and you'll have a great time. If you did not love the first Venom, if you hated the second Venom, yeah, you're not going to have any great time with this. But it's decent. If I was to give it out of 5, I'll give this a 3. Yeah, it's okay for what it is. As I said, Sony superhero movies, you know how they do, apart from the latest Spider-Man movies, and you get exactly that with this particular movie. So basically that's it. I hope I was as vague as possible. I hope I did not spoil it for you. But basically that's it. Remember to always watch what you enjoy and enjoy what you watch. See you on the next one. Adios.